Okay, so if you just got a new iPad or you've had one and you have not yet personalized it, this video is for you. I recently got a new 11-inch iPad Air M3, and I want to personalize this one by giving it its own feel, separate from my 13-inch iPad Pro, because they each have different use cases. I'm about to show you 5 customization hacks that make using your iPad for digital planning so much faster. And yes, your iPad is about to feel like an expensive ass notebook. Hey friend, I'm Gina Marie, and welcome to my desk, our safe corner for digital planning and zero-based budgeting. Today we're going to be doing some split screens along with quick notes, lock and home screen widgets, and a one-tap shortcut to your digital planner. I also have a bonus hack that will be a game changer for your planning routine, so be sure to watch the whole video. And if you're into iPad planning, consider subscribing because over here I do my best to plan better, budget smarter, paperlessly, and I would love to have you. Before we begin, just for housekeeping, if you don't already have, you will definitely need a Apple Pencil and or stylus, a screen protector, as well as a protective case on your iPad, because remember, this is an expensive ass notebook. Hack 1, your lock screen. And for the wallpaper, you can keep it clean, minimal, soft, and even cute by adding one of the pre-installed Apple wallpapers. Or if you're like me, you can add a colorful vibe that matches your personality. And for that, I like to utilize Pinterest and Canva. In order to use the Pinterest drag and drop feature, you have to make sure that you're in Pinterest.com from a browser, either Safari or Google, and not in the Pinterest app. And then you swipe down on click on window, and then you're going to click on move and resize. And I'm going to move and resize mine to the right. I'm left-handed, guys. So you know what? This would probably be better if I just did this in. All right. So, and then over here, we're going to go to Pinterest.com, not the app. And then we're going to swipe up to reveal the dot, and we're going to open up our Photos app. So from here, you can scroll and see whatever wallpaper or anything that matches your vibe. Pretty much what I like to do is I like to just go through and whatever theme I'm going with for the month, I just like to add the word aesthetic to the end and see what comes up. But I personally have a board on my Pinterest for wallpapers. I will link that below for anyone who's interested. It's a public board where you can go and find aesthetic wallpapers. And here are some that you can choose from. So if you liked any of these for the month, like this one right here, all you would have to do is you would long press on the image and then drag it over into your Photos app. It's that easy. Literally, like long press, hold, and then drag over. And then it will come over into your Photos app. So once you go through that and you find all the images that you like, be sure to find ones that have high resolution. You don't want anything that's going to look grainy on your iPad home screen. I'm going to go back into portrait mode and we're going to do our lock screen. So unlock your iPad, but do not swipe up to go to the home screen. It's just going to long press on the lock screen, swipe over, and press the plus button. So now you can either choose a photo or a Apple wallpaper. I'm going to do a photo shuffle and use some images that I created in Canva. I like to put mine on like hourly or sometimes per every tap. So I'm going to go ahead and select the images that I created and I'm selecting them in the order that I want them to rotate. So go ahead and hit done. And these are the images the wallpapers that I have for the iPad for this month. So remember, the link will be down in the description below if you're interested in downloading these for free. So I like to use spatial and depth effect on my home screen because I like the little 3D look and the whole spatial thing. So now just go ahead and play with your clock to get it to a color that matches your wallpaper, but you don't want it to be too overpowering. So I like to use the little dropper and try to get a color from the background. And you can also play around with it, whether you want your clock to be solid or glass. And you can make the clock as large or as small as you would like. So go ahead and just play with it. Sometimes it looks really good large, depending on the image in the background. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some widgets. I like to add functional widgets. So I always have to have the battery widget because I need to know how much power I have in my AirPods or my Apple Pencil because those are the
devices that I use the most, as well as the iPad itself. So on this lock screen, I need to make sure that I have the battery widget, the reminders widget, and my email widget. And depending on what focus I'm in, you'll also see my Google Calendar widget on the lock screen as well, because this just helps the planning session to flow easier and faster. So next, we're just going to check the placement of the lock screen image in horizontal mode as well. And you can add some widgets in this mode. So depending on how you use your iPad, whether in portrait or horizontal, every time you switch, it'll automatically snap with your widgets and the placement of the image into how you set it here. I don't personally use my iPad in horizontal as much, or kind of not really. I'm a portrait mode girl, so I pretty much just focus on setting the image and the widgets in portrait mode. And since I use Photo Shuffle, I'm just going to go through and tap through each image to make sure that I like the placement as well as the clock with each image. And I'm really feeling this image right here with the pink strawberries. This pink and green, it's doing it for me. Go ahead and press add to save your image in the widget. And now we're going to do the home screen. If you want your home screen and the lock screen to match, go ahead and click customize home screen. Depending on the image that you chose for your lock and home screen, you may need to blur it so it doesn't interfere with your apps and your widgets on the home screen. Or you can just pick a solid or gradient color. And there you go. That's it for the lock and home screen.
So now we're doing hack 2, which is a big one. It's your home screen widgets, because we're turning your iPad into a digital planning dashboard.
Hold down anywhere on your home screen and then tap edit. Then you're going to click on add widget, and we're going to start with Apple widgets for function. So we're going to do the calendar app. We're going to also do notes as well as the reminders app. And I always have to have a batteries widget. And of course, being that spring is here, we're going to need the weathers app. And to keep your home screen nice and clean and uncluttered, you can stack these widgets. Now, if you want aesthetic, ice screen widgets are the go-to. You can add cute layouts, photos, quotes, themed icons, but I'm going to be real. Some of the pretty widgets are more decor than useful, so do both. Apple widgets for function and ice screen for the vibe. Here I'm naming my widget. It's a good habit to name the widgets what focus mode or home screen that it's going to be on, so it makes it easier to find it later on. And now I'm just going to go ahead and select some pre-made widget images that I made in Canva. These are really cute. They go with my theme for the month, so now I'm just making sure that they're all centered. And I like for my images to toggle when I tap them, so I turn on the toggle feature. These ice screen widgets are not functional at all. They're mainly for aesthetics and they just add a little bit of personality to your home screen. So I like to add images that go with my monthly theme. Here you can get creative with the layout. If you need inspiration, you can definitely go to Pinterest and just search iPad layouts, and it'll give you multiple different images that can show you different layouts. I am left-handed, so I like to have all my apps and widgets on the left side because it just makes it easier for me to access. I like to keep the battery widget on my home screen because I have multiple devices that are within the Apple ecosystem that I like to make sure that I keep an eye on their battery percentage just so I know if and when they're getting low. The calendar app as well as the reminders and notes app are interactive. So once you click on them, it will open them up to a bigger screen. And remember, you can swipe through your stacked apps as well, making your home screen functional for your digital planning. If you tap on the iScreen photo widgets, it randomly shuffles your images. So not only is your home screen functional, it's also aesthetically pleasing. So we are all done with the home screen. Hack 3, we're making your planner one tap away because we want to make a path for least resistance by keeping your planner front and center. So we're going to open up the Shortcuts app. So all you need to do is you're going to swipe down and you can type in shortcuts. So we're going to create a shortcut from scratch. So we're going to go, this is all our shortcuts. We're going to go to all shortcuts and then we're going to click the plus button and we're going to make one from scratch. Depending on what platform you're using, it may either be Noteful, Notability, or GoodNotes. Noteful is what I use, and they don't have a pre-made shortcut, so I pretty much had to ghetto rig mine. But if you're using GoodNotes, this is all you would have to do is you would just scroll down, find the app, GoodNotes. I think Notability might have one too. That's where Noteful needs to get. Oh, Notability doesn't. You need to get on it. You would then click on GoodNotes, and then you're going to click on Open Document. Click on Document, and it's going to ask you, it's going to give you a list of all your notebooks and planners and stuff in GoodNotes. You just select which one you want, which one is your
current planner that you want the shortcut to lead to. I'm gonna say, let's say daddy stuff. What you would do prior to sending it to home screen, you would need to rename it. What do we want to name it? Daddy notebook. I like my stuff in all capitals. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know. I like everything in capitals. It makes it more sleek looking. Daddy notebook. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click the share button, click add to home screen. And now you can go ahead and change the icon color, or you can use an image. Normally, I like to use the image of the front cover of my planner, so it makes it more visible for me. So I know, bam, boom, that's my planner. Click on it and I get in it. So I don't have an image to my dad's notebook. Let's see. So we'll just give him any image. The heart. You would click use, and then you would click add, and now it would add it to your home screen. And now you see it says Daddy Notebook. And I know that once I click this, it's going to take me directly to GoodNotes, and it's going to open my notebook that pertains to all my dad's stuff. So boom, that's it. And that is it. But if you, in that same shortcut, we want to click this off, show when run, because that was just that little notification that came down and said document open. We don't need to see that all the time. We just want to open our planner and that's it. So click off show when run. And that's for GoodNotes. If you're using Notability, let's go ahead and do one for Notability. I already let's see. So for Notability, it's going to be a little bit more trickier. You got to do a couple more steps. So we're going to click the plus icon, and we're going to click swipe over to web and click on open URLs. So we're going to click on open URL. Now what you need to do is, see, for Noteful, what I do is I pretty much every month have to go in and change the link, because we're gonna add the link to our planner. So you're gonna go ahead and open Noteful. You can't link directly to just the full planner itself. You have to link to a page. Well, I haven't found a way to link directly to the main planner as of yet. So, because it doesn't give me the option it doesn't give a link. Yeah, it doesn't give a link to the actual notebook. So what I do is I go in every month and I change the link to the monthly page. So since it is February, all I do is I would get the link. I got the link to my February page. It might be a little tedious. I have to do this every month. Hopefully Noteful gets on and they get a pre-created shortcut making it easier. But like GoodNotes. But for right now, this is what we have to do, unfortunately. So I don't know if this is too tedious for you, but all it is you just go in and get your monthly page, or whatever page you want to be able to go directly to when you click on the shortcut to your planner. So mine is the monthly page. It's either going to be the monthly page or the weekly page, but I don't want to do it weekly, so I just do it monthly, which is the monthly spread. So you're going to copy the link, copy page link. We're going to go back over to our shortcuts, and we're going to click on the URL, and we're going to paste it in there. So now that we pasted it in there, let's go ahead and rename this shortcut, and it's going to be daily planner, which this is kind of redundant anyway, because, well, I just want to show you, because I like to use the larger apps, so it doesn't show the app name anyway, but it's still good practice just to name it. And then we're going to go ahead and hit the share button and then add the home screen. And the same just like we did with GoodNote. You can either use an icon. They have a whole bunch of icons down here. I don't think they have one as a note, but I do want to add the cover page to my planner, which I suggest you do, because I also make a shortcut to my budget planner as well, to my daily planner. Any planner or notebook that I want easy access to, I'm just going to create a shortcut for. So let's go ahead, that's my budget planner. But to my daily planner, we're just going to use that white page, the white cover. My daily plan. So click use, click add, and now it's added to the home screen. And for my planners, I like to actually add them to the dock. I don't leave them up here. I'm going to get rid of the Noteful and then move my planners down here. And once you move some stuff, it's going to rearrange. So move that off the home screen. And then I'm gonna go back and make another one just so I can have my budget planner in the dock as well, a shortcut to my budget planner as well. Because those are the two planners that I use the most, and then my journal. Now, really quick, let's just customize the colors of our apps and widgets. So you're going to long press on the home screen and click on customize. And you have the option to either use the default color of the app, or you can use tinted I like to use tinted. That's my personal preference because depending on the wallpaper that I have, I like to use tinted to then pull colors from that wallpaper slash background. And once you're satisfied with the color, you'll notice that even in settings, all the apps change to that color as well, which keeps the look of your expensive ass notebook cohesive. Next up is hack number 4, which is probably my most favorite and the one that I use the most. It's the multitasking feature, better known as split screen. Although I do prefer my iPad in portrait mode, I am going to switch it over into landscape just for this demonstration. So I have my planner open on the left side, and from the dock, I'm going to swipe up and drag over the Files app to the right side. This is where I'm going to have my digital stickers. So I'm just going to long press and then drag over my digital stickers into my digital planner. And you cannot tell me that this is not the best freaking feature. This makes digital planning and decorating your spread so much faster and easier. Now you don't have to click back and forth between 2 different windows. And if you want to take your multitasking to the next level, you can split your screen into 4. Just long press on the stoplights and then you're going to see the fill and arrange. You'll see the 4 windows. Go ahead and click on that and voila, you split your screen into 4 different apps and or windows. I think this is so freaking cool. There could be so many different use cases for this feature when you're doing your digital planning. And if 4 windows is too much for you, you could just do 3. If this feature is not new to you, let me know in the comments how you use the multitasking feature. I would love to know because I'm always looking for new ways on how to use this feature. And you can adjust the size depending on what you're doing. I like my planner bigger, obviously, because, she's the main character. Last but not least, hack number 5, quick note. This is for the girlies whose brain has 37 tabs open. From any screen, swipe from the bottom right corner and a quick note pops up. This is where I capture stuff before it disappears, like random to-dos, that bill I need to log later, a budgeting thought, or any type of content idea. Literally anything. Quick tip, I keep one quick note called Planner Inbox, and then once a week I dump it into my planner. That's how you stay consistent without even trying to be perfect. Okay, bonus hack, and this is the game changer, a focus mode just for planning. Go to settings, click on focus. We're creating a new focus mode, so click the plus sign, click custom, so you can name it what you want, and we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to name this planning 2 since I already have a planning focus mode, and then you can select whatever icon you would like to select, whatever colors, customize this to your preference. So now click customize focus. So since we're planning, we want no distractions. We're going to go to silence notifications, and here you're going to let notifications come through for the people that you want to come through, or you can silence for all. I have my notifications to come through for a few selected people that are on my favorites list, which is my daughter, my husband, and also it should be my dad. And these are the only 3 people that I want to come through when I'm in my planning mode. These are the importance. You want to only allow the people you actually need or want to hear from. So now we're going to customize your home screen pages so it only shows your planning apps and widgets. And this is the one that we customized earlier for our planning home screen. So this is the only home screen that I want to see because it has those actual widgets and or apps that I use for planning. And also you can set any notifications that you want to come through from certain apps. I like to set notifications on for the apps that I'm actually using during planning, such as my Gmail, and then also my reminders, as well as my Google Calendar, and any other apps that you want to get notifications from while you're in your planning session. And those are the only notifications that you're going to hear from those specific apps that you're using in your that you're using. So those are the only notifications that you're going to get from those apps while you're in your planning focus mode. And if you don't want any notifications, you can definitely leave that on silence notifications from all. You don't have to have any apps come through with notifications. And there you have it. So when you turn on your focus mode, your iPad literally becomes your planning space. No distractions, no random notifications, no getting pulled into nonsense. If you struggle with consistency, it's not always motivation, it's distraction. Your focus mode fixes that. All right, friend, there it is. That's your new iPad setup. If you want any of my digital planning freebies, please check out the link in the description below. It'll be under the Sunday Suite. That's where you'll find the wallpapers that I did use in today's video. If you found anything helpful in today's video, please consider giving it a like or a hype. That will help this video get out to other digital planning friends that may find this video helpful. And that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, remember to be kind, plan better, budget smarter, paperlessly.